What's going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to the channel. It is about that time to do a prediction on a PLE, and this time around it is Crown Jewel 2023, and I cannot wait to watch this PLE, guys. I'm looking at this card. It is beautiful. It has so much potential here of being a really good show. But before we get to the predictions, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it. And by the way, it is just a wrestling fan here giving you my thoughts and opinion of how these matches should end out. I'm not a guru. I'm not the wrestling historian master or whatever you want to call it. I may get all of these wrong, but if I get all of them right, give me my flowers. Let me know I'm a genius, okay? But anyways, let's start off with this. We have a kickoff match here, which is interesting because typically we usually see Wade and Booker T and Peter Rosenberg and other people talk about these matches. So it's kind of cool to have a kickoff match to kind of break that up a little bit. And the match is between Sami Zayn, aka Alan Parrish, versus JD McDonough, aka Finn Balor Jr. Okay, so the first thing that came to my mind when I thought about this match, I'm like, why is this even on a pay-per-view? Especially if it's the only match in the kickoff show. It's just kind of felt like it's kind of tacked on. Like, I get what happened on Raw, but I feel like this match could have happened on Raw after Crown Jewel. I don't think it even had to be on here. Like, we would have missed a match and it wouldn't have made a difference. But it is what it is. It is here. So with it being here, I feel like something has to happen here that isn't typically normal. It kind of is, but kind of isn't. So for me, I feel like that JD McDonough is actually going to win this match by way of interference by Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor is going to help him out. We all know that they have their relationship, and also Finn Balor has nothing to do. And when somebody's sitting around with nothing to do, they're going to do something crazy. So he's going to come in here and probably interfere with this match, not by a lot, just enough to kind of, I don't know, distract Sami Zayn and let JD get the win. And Sami Zayn doesn't even need this win. He doesn't need it at all. Him losing by someone cheating doesn't hurt his image at all. I think it helps JD more because he's on the outskirts of the Judgment Day. He's trying to work so they can give him the official Judgment Day leather pants and the purple merch. Like, he has no purple merch with his name on it. And I think it is time for him to upgrade from wearing the Olive Garden manager outfit. Okay, it's time for them to get some official Judgment Day gear, and I think this is going to be his step into winning and getting into Damian Priest's good graces. I think he's pretty good with Finn Balor, of course. We saw that Rhea Ripley asked him to come last week when Damian Priest asked him why he was there. So he's pretty cool with her, which if he's cool with Mommy, he's cool with Dominic Mysterio. So for me, I feel like that this is going to be a step in that, and I think eventually down the line, JD is going to turn on a group alongside Finn Balor. I think there's something going to happen with that. But let me know what you guys think about that part in the comment section, okay? So the next match we have between who I call the Super Saiyan Pastor, Cody Rhodes, versus Damian Priest, aka the Devil's Voice, man. That boy got that deep voice, man. It's scary. It sounds like Satan. But anyway, with this match here, I personally feel like that Cody Rhodes is going to win this match. I think this is going to be the beginning of a winning streak for Cody Rhodes leading into Royal Rumble and probably setting up whatever they got for him at WrestleMania. So I don't think Damian Priest necessarily has to win this match, but I definitely think that this is going to be a really, really good match. These guys are going to put on a show, and I cannot wait to see this. I got Cody Rhodes winning this match. Yeah, and that's the reason why, okay? But anyways, the next match we have is the singles match between John Cena and Solo Sikoa, okay? So John Cena gave us this huge speech about the fact that he wants to win a match and pretty much gave, you know, old heads some inspiration. Everybody's like shaking their Bengay, like, yeah, we can still wrestle. Like, he was giving them hype to believe in themselves and keep pushing forward, which all of that energy just tells me that John Cena is going to win this match. All right, I feel like he's going to win this match. I think what's going to happen here too is Jimmy Uso is going to try to do something and then screw Solo Sikoa out of the match. I feel like that's going to be the case. I know adding an interference when it comes to these factions is the easiest thing to do, but when it comes to these factions and these characters, especially like Jimmy, who really doesn't have any strategy when it comes to the things that he does, he's very random. I think that seems like it was something that he would do, or even if he doesn't do anything, he'd probably come out and just look like, you know, who knows? Jimmy Uso is trying to be relevant at this moment, so I don't know what he's going to do, but somehow he's going to play a role. If he doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised, but I still think at the end of the day that John Cena will win this match, and it's kind of like it's going back to a callback to the match between John Cena and Solo Sikoa's dad, Umaga. So I think it's kind of off of that. And if they play into that and put some pieces from that previous match into this, I think that'll be a cool callback. I think it'd be great to see, especially for people who like to see Easter eggs and little signs of different things in those matches. But at the end of the day, I got John Cena winning this match again. Okay, so what we have here is the WWE Smackdown Women's Championship match between Io Sky and Bianca Belair. Honestly, it's Io Sky. It's going to be the help of, and it's the thing with these factions, they always going to have some type of involvement in these matches. So I'm not surprised if we get some damage control involvement and Charlotte Flair involvement and other people. They're going to be wrestling and fighting outside the ring. Bianca Belair does not need to win this match. I feel like when it comes to the championship on SmackDown, they kind of just recycle the same opponents over and over. It's the same shoe, different colorway. But the problem is that conflicts me with this is because even though it's the same thing over and over, there's still really good matches. I mean, we saw this match happen at WrestleMania Backlash for a different championship belt, and the other person was a champion as opposed to Io Sky. But we got to figure out some way to get some new women involved in this. But at the end of the day, I feel like Io Sky is going to retain the championship belt. And I have a good idea what they should do with damage control when it comes to that belt. I'm going to put that in the description. You guys check that out and let me know exactly what you guys think about this. Now, the next match we have here is the WWE the WWE United States Championship match between Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. And I think it's pretty obvious here that Logan Paul is going to win this match. I can't see it. I didn't understand the reason for Rey Mysterio to have the championship belt in the first place. He can't really elevate it. He can't really do anything new. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Does he necessarily need a championship belt at this point? But I guess it's just to add to his resume. It's kind of like a stat pattern, in my personal opinion. But I think this is going to be a really, really good match. High flying, crazy stuff. Maybe the people who are more grounded wrestling fans and things like that may not be a big fan of this match, but I think it's going to be really, really good. Logan Paul has not disappointed me when it came to wrestling matches or come to wrestling matches. So Logan Paul is going to win this belt. And I think it's great. I don't think he's going to get a long title run. I don't think they want another champion to kind of be part-time. So expect him to lose that championship belt at Survivor Series, in my personal opinion. But Logan Paul will win this belt. And I won't be surprised if Dominic gets involved with this one way or another. I know, again, it's an easy thing to say that when it comes to these factions, somebody's going to interfere with something. But it sounds like something Dominic would do, right? But I'm kind of hoping they don't, because they really don't have a reason to cycle back into that whole feud between him and his dad. But again, I won't be surprised if this were to happen. All right, so the next match we have on this card is the Fatal 5-Way match for the Raw Women's World Championship. That's what they called it on this card. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler versus Zoe Stark and Raquel Rodriguez. We got two double R's in here, Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. And this is great for people who are huge fans of Rhea Ripley. This is the type of match that we wanted her to have. This is going to be the biggest match of her title run so far. I'm not including the Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley match at WrestleMania. That does not count. But this is the biggest match of her title run at this point. And by me saying that, I got Rhea Ripley winning this match. She has to win this match. Now, I feel like the way that she's going to win this is either, I feel like Shayna Baszler and her are probably going to have someone in a submission move or something like that, where Shayna Baszler's the person that she has in a maybe a caribou clutch or anything like that, the person going to tap out, while Rhea Ripley, the person she has, is tapped out, but the referee is going to be focused on what's going on with Rhea Ripley. And I think that's what's going to spark up a one-on-one match between Rhea Ripley and Shayna Baszler at Survivor Series, which I told you guys I wanted to see this match because I feel like that Shayna Baszler, before Nia Jax even came back, I feel like Shayna Baszler will be the best opponent, the more formidable opponent for Rhea Ripley in this title run. So they should have this match at Survivor Series, in my personal opinion, unless they try to do another match involved in other women. Now, what I do love about this match here is that they're mixing it up as opposed to what they're doing on SmackDown. Yes, we're going to get good matches over there with that title X, Y, and Z, but they're shaking it up a little bit here. You got Nia Jax, who just came back. We got Shayna Baszler, who's finally getting this real opportunity to do some things on the main roster. You got Zoe Starks, who's pretty much a new person. I know she had the whole thing with Trish Stratus and things like that, but at least they're getting her to be in the mix a little bit. And then Raquel Rodriguez, she already had a couple matches with Rhea Ripley. So I think it's cool to do this way. And we'll see what happens at Survivor Series. Again, I got Rhea Ripley winning this match. So the next match they have on the card is the World Heavyweight Championship between Seth freaking Rollins and Drew McIntyre. All right, so with this match here, man, I feel like we're gonna get a pretty good match. Obviously, Seth Rollins is always good in the ring, and Drew McIntyre, a lot of people love. So I feel like that Drew McIntyre is definitely going to win this match. It gives Seth Rollins an opportunity to heal up his back, his spinacles. His back is broken. Okay, his back is broken, so he needs some time to heal up. And I think this is a great opportunity to take the belt off of him. A great opportunity. To use his back as a caveat for Drew McIntyre to take advantage of, you know, for him to stump his back out, do whatever he can to his back so that it can seem like, you know, we know it's a legitimate back injury, but kind of play into the storyline to incapacitate him. And I know Seth Rollins said that he wanted a big WrestleMania match, a big marquee match. I think it'll be a great time to give him some rest and he can come back around full circle and then have that marquee match at WrestleMania. Who knows? If Roman Reigns still has the title, he can have that match against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania as the marquee match. That would be great to see. But at the end of the day, I got Drew McIntyre. I don't believe that Damian Priest is going to cash in on Drew McIntyre. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think he's going to cash in at all today. Okay. Moving on to the next match, we have the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. I don't even have to get too deep into this. I think that Roman Reigns is going to retain. I don't think there's any logical reason as to why LA Knight should win this match. I feel like it's a little too early for him to have this match anyway. Again, I feel like this is another opportunity that Jimmy Uso is going to get involved to try to prove himself. I think he feels like he's on the outskirts of it, but or someone to get involved. You know, it'd be interesting to see if Ava Raine somehow got involved, or Braun Breaker, or somebody that Paul Heyman was speaking to in NXT, to at least make that all make sense. Because I don't want that to be something that happened and it just fades away for no reason. You know, I would like for them to utilize that in some way or another. And then that, if they're going to create a match between him and The Rock can be like, yo, you're manipulating my daughter for your deeds, you know, and things like that. And Ava's like, hey, I like it here. This is where I feel like I belong. And then that can create this tension between Roman Reigns and The Rock. And Roman Reigns will be like, hey, man, with bloodline, we're family blood. You're not really part of the family. You got added in due to extended family, but we're actually blood and we're trying to get her introduced to her family. So that could be a whole different conversation for a different day. But again, I have Roman Reigns retaining against LA Knight. Hopefully it's a pretty good match. I'm not sure, you know, as far as Roman Reigns matches of which ones are the best or the worst as far as his title, I feel like this match is going to be somewhere in the middle. I don't think it's going to be one of his best matches. If it is, I'll be happy. You guys know I'm a big fan of LA Knight. But at the end of the day, I got Roman Reigns retaining. I don't think Damian Priest is going to cash in on Roman Reigns during this match either. But anyways, I think that's the end of it. Anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. What is your predictions for this show? I would love to hear it. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Salute, peace, have a good day.